more and more children are being diagnosed with dyslexia, and the so-called experts are unable or unwilling, I would say, to draw a correlation between dyslexia and the fact that our kids aren't learning phonics anymore. They're learning sight words, which contributes to dyslexia, studies find. It's important to learn to read because when you know how to read and you're interested in reading, all the other subjects in school become a breeze for you. You can better understand calculus if you first understand how to read. And you have a love and a joy for reading. You can better understand history if you know how to read. And you have a love and a joy for reading. You can better understand science if you know how to read. And you have a love and a joy for reading because reading expands your ability to comprehend. Comprehension is key. And so our public school systems are purposefully, and I wouldn't say this with regard to the teachers who are in the classroom, I would say this in a deeper, more, sure, there can be a sound argument as to whether it's malice or ignorance. But the reason I'm willing to say it's malice is because we have almost a century of case study to look to and to determine that the way in which we're teaching our children to read is wrong and produces ignorant people. We can look to example after example after example of that. And so if it was mere ignorance, it seems that the so-called experts will be willing to turn the tide and to say no more sight words, no more quack education. Let's get back to the basics. Let's begin to re-implement the tactics that they were using before the implementation of the public school system, back when there were just one-room schoolhouses. Let's do what they were doing because they were producing better educated individuals. They're not doing that. They're doubling down instead on the ways in which our public schools operate. And as a result, generations are becoming dumber and dumber and dumber. And so for that reason, I don't believe it's mere ignorance. I think there's some malice going on. Because a communist government depends on the ignorance of the people.